This conference will now be recorded.
So in previous session, we discussed about the project version. Okay, and apart from that, we have done the settings for document type, and we have done some settings for the project document type status also, but we were facing some issues. So if anybody tried to create it and if they are successful, you just let me know. If not, then you again try it. Okay, then again I'll add this in my next session, because today again we will go with the similar kind of scenarios. So whatever the questions will be there relevant to your status document type settings, I'll address that. So today's agenda is to explain uh, simulation version in project. Okay, then settings for the simulation version and project process flow business cases. So in business case, I'll let you know how we are proceeding with the approach of implementation, and then we will go for the planning, rough cut cost planning. Okay, and then we'll see the set user status to the planning and then cost planning profile. Okay, apart from that, I'll go through of the next object, now next project object, that is a network and activities. If time permits, then I'll go for that one also. So here next, as we have discussed, we are having two types of versions in SAP project system. Okay, exclude this CU plan version. We are having two project version, two versions in the project. One is a project version, another is a simulation version. We used to call it as a snapshot version also. And in this project version, we cannot do any changes. Okay, it's uneditable. Whatever is saved as a project version as a snapshot, that will be saved. So you can create your multiple snapshot version as per your requirement manually in CN72, or you can keep it based on the status, user status or system status. Okay, we are having another concept of CO plan version, which is for controlling area version. So we'll discuss about controlling area version in our plan cost. Okay, so in previous session, we understood how we are creating the project version, and then we gone through the concept of how we can create automatically and manually. Then based on the status, how we are arranging to create a snapshot version automatically based on the changing of the status. And today's, yeah, then what are the data is going to be transferred in project version, and then simulation version. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the simulation version. So here simulation versions are manually generated. These are modifiable. Okay, you can modify it and can be easily deleted. Simulation version can be created either for an entire work breakdown structure or for sub hierarchy of the WBS element. Okay, so what is the major difference here? In the simulation, you can simulate the project, and you can do the changes in the simulation project. Okay, so here one example is taken. Let's say before starting of any project, you just want to simulate that whatever the project structure you need to create, the different cost planning, the document which you want to attach. And once you are firm that yes, this is a suitable for us, you can transfer it to your operative project. Okay, so here we are having an approach where we can transfer from simulation to operative project, we can transfer from simulation to simulation project, and we can transfer from operative to simulation also. Let's say if you have already created one project and then you want to transfer it to simulation, you can transfer. Okay, if you want to transfer between simulation, one simulation to another simulation, that also you can do. Okay, so here let's say in this example you have created a simulation project, that is a SIM001. This is the simulation key, and then you have transferred it to SIM02, and then you have done some changes and again transfer it to SIM003, and then you have done some changes again, and you can compare the simulation version, and then whatever the suitable simulation project is for you, you can transfer into operative project. So that is a major use here. How we can create a system? Go to the project system hierarchy. Here you will see within a project the simulation. Okay, so CJV1 we are,
Sorry, Rama, I just joined the class. Is it ahead or just started?
it is just started. Okay, So here, what we are doing here, we can create simulation project through CJV1. We can change it through CJV2. We can display through CJV3. We can delete by CJV5. We can transfer by CJV4. We can check the log in CJV7, and CJV6 is used for administration data. So when we are going to create any simulation project, okay, so what you need to do, you need to define the key. What will be my key for my project? Okay, so let's say if you are already having operative project and then you have transferred it to your simulation project. In that case, in operative project we don't have any key, but when you are transferring into simulation, you should know what is my key. Okay, so that you need to take care. And when you are transferring from simulation to simulation, your key has to be defined. New queue has to be defined. Okay, so we'll go in the step. We will create one simulation project, and then we'll transfer it to simulation, and simulation to operative. We will see, okay, how we can transfer it. One second.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yeah,
So, like these simulation projects, versions are itself projects.
yeah, it will have
So,
same structure. Yeah,
yeah. So, like, will it be if I see the project tables, will the database of simulation version projects be available there, or the final project which I am creating out of these versions will be available?
very good question here. See, actually this simulation data is going to save in separate table. Okay, and your operative data, your operative project which you are creating, that will save in separate table. So if you want to refer some data and some reports, you need to refer that specific tables. Okay, like the PROJ table is for operative projects, but for simulation it is different. Similarly, for WBS, that is a PRPS, but for simulation it is different. So whatever the data you are creating here in the simulation, that will save in separate tables. Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So here next, what is the follow? What are the object which are going to transfer here? Okay. So when you are transferring from simulation to operative project, okay, simulation to simulation, that is fine, because as it is going to transfer into your simulation to simulation. But when you are transferring your simulation version data to your operative project data, these are the things which is going to be transferred here. Project WBS element will transfer network activities and activity element. So structure is going to transfer as it is. Milestone is there, text is there, long text. Okay, so here long text is also going to be transferred into your operative project. Documents, whatever document, DMS documents are attached, that will also be transferred. Component, that is a capacity, sorry, that is a material which we are going to assign to the network activity. We'll see how, what exactly this component is. So this will also be transferred. Sub network, if you are having any network within network, that will also be transferred. And then we are having capacities, that will also be transferred. So here these are the object. WBS will be transferred, network with activity element, relationship and sub network will also be transferred. Milestone will transfer materials and the activities, capacity requirement, and if you have created any invoicing plan. So actually some of object which I'm explaining here, it will come in my upcoming sessions. Okay, so if you are referring the same recording after 5 or 6 sessions, you will be able to correlate what exactly I am saying here. So invoicing plan, basically you can create one invoicing plan in WBS element where you are going to generate invoice for your customer. Okay, you can generate billing plan, that will also be transferred. Cost, revenue and payment, actual values are transferred only when you transfer an operative project to simulation. So the important thing here, when we are creating simulation project, here directly we are not doing any revenue planning. But if you have transferred your simulation project from operative, and in operative you have done some cost planning or revenue planning or payment, that as it is going to transfer into your simulation. Okay, this will transfer from operative to simulation, and from simulation again it can be transferred back. Yeah, here when you transfer an operative project to simulation, yes, so it is only from operative to simulation. Then you are having documents, PS text and long text depending on the simulation profile. So here, when we are creating a simulation profile, that we need to keep in that profile what are the different documents you are going to transfer. That these are the documents, PS text and long text. So if you see in the planning, in the snapshot planning profile, the project version profile, we were having the different objects in the option that whatever the objects you want to transfer into project version. But we are not having this choice here in simulation. It is always, it will transfer all these things. Okay, and these are the things which are depend on profile. Remaining things are default. Okay, so we'll see here in the system how it used to work, but before that let me explain next here. So I'll show you project flow here. Just see when we are in the, yeah, let's say we are in the project initiation, and in this project initiation, and then your project initiation activities are finished, and then you can set the status. Let's say for planning, your project manager has set the status as planning, and then the workflow will be triggered to the responsible people, and then you will enter in the planning phase. Okay, and the same time one project version will also be saved in the system. Okay, so that is very important to understand to correlate with your business process steps here. So one project version will also be created here in project initiation. These are the major activities which you are doing here. Okay, so let's say when I'm having proposal submission. So proposal submission, we are managing it through appropriation request to PS project transfer, or we can create project directly in CJ20N. Project approval we are doing based on the setting of status of APPR. Extend project structure, it means you are just extending the structure by creating WBS element and network activities. So this option of creating network and activities can be included in the initiation or in the planning for the detailed planning step. Okay, next is attach project charter to the project, which we are doing through DMS, document management system attachment. And if you need to generate any report or any inspection or any consulting plan, in that case you can do it through PS text. Check project structure, check project structure in the report. We are having information system where we can check all the relevant reports. So you need to practice it. You just need to, navigate, you try to navigate the different buttons options in the system. Then there is one more thing here, simulate project. Create simulation version and check provision to transfer to operative project or simulation to simulation. So we are here now, and then when we are setting the status to FLPN, so this user status we have planned, we have created from our side, and same we are going to set, and then we will move to the project planning. So in project planning, what are the major activities here? We will understand how we can plan the cost here, rough cut cost planning. So let's say when the project is going to start it, your detailed data will not be available. So rough cut cost planning, how you can do that, you can do in CJ40 in different controlling area version. So you can have different copies like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as per your requirement. Then you can have the final version of cost planning, and then cost will be approved, which will be considered as budget. So when you are explaining in your interview, you have to be in flow. Okay, so if you are, let's say if anybody is asking what kind of projects you are doing, okay, and just explain the process flow of your project which you are doing. Okay, so you can say my project, let's say if it is a construction project, whenever we are getting any proposal, okay, then this proposal is being created as a appropriation request in the investment management. Once it is approved, then it is going to transfer to the project system. And or if it is direct, then we are creating a project in CJ20N, and we are arranging the approval of project through status, user status changes, and then we are extending the structure there. Okay, and if we need to include any document directly, we can include. And then same time, let's say the project charter we are preparing it separately and taking approval, then we are attaching this document into DMS, and then same document, DMS document is going to attach to my WBS element. Okay, then we are sending it to the further level. So you need to explain it in the flow. And your maximum things are relevant what exactly you have explained here. So your next question will be based on the process flow. So it's very important to understand, to be in the flow. It will give the best impression to the interviewer. So
Dharmaji,
uh,
I have
yeah,
a doubt. What is the main difference between the simulation version and copying of project? Will be
copying
copying, yeah, we'll be
like
copying a project from a standard project or operative project. So
that is
what
the
is the
same
difference
thing.
between these?
That is the same thing, but simulation project you are creating from scratch. Template you are keeping in advance. Okay, so let's say in some scenarios where you don't have any existing template and you want to simulate the different parameters. In template, you are not having any way to simulate it. Understand the difference here. Simulation means prototype. You are creating it and then you are transferring it. So whatever the data you have maintained there, that will also be transferred. Understand?
Okay, okay.
Okay, and you can transfer again operative to simulation. You can simulate it and then again you can transfer. But here in standard or template project, whatever we have copied, it's a one time only. It's disconnected. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go in the steps here. You can follow, you can read the books, because whatever the steps I'm including here in the slides, it's not in the sequence of the books index. Okay, you need to be in the flow separately in the book and here. Okay, you can refer that in that different chapter based on the topic which I'm covering. But if you are reading it separately, studying separately, that will also be fine. Okay, so this approach I'm following to keep you in the like zone where you are really doing an implementation. Okay, where you are going with the exactly the business process steps, because in the book it's very difficult to correlate all these things as per the business process steps. So here we are here in the simulation. We'll see how we can create a simulation project. Let me, okay, so you need to come here in the system and go to CJV1. This is to create. Okay, and then you will be here. So this transaction is also similar to the, the project builder. Okay, you cannot create simulation project directly in project builder, but you can change that project in project builder CJ20N. So let's say what I'll do, I'll
The the previous screen is of SPRO or it's in real time?
see, Rama, you need to understand this where exactly we are. We are going first the business transactions. Okay, please
Okay.
don't correlate always with the SPRO. Okay, that is a separate. If your functions, if your concept is clear, what exactly we are doing, SPR will not take 2 days to finish. SPRO is very easy. But if your concept, if your business transaction steps are clear, what exactly I'm doing. Let's say if I'm explaining direct SPRO, that this is the profile and I'm creating directly, how you will understand the correlation of the configuration. Okay, so
Okay.
first we are doing the transactions and I am explaining only the specific configuration. Okay, so B
Okay.
correlation, if you are putting like it, sometimes it used to confuse other participants also.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So here how we need to create the simulation project, go to CGV1. Okay, and when we are creating simulation project, the first thing here, you need to find out the project. So the way of find out the open number, it's the same as how we were doing in the project builder in CJ20N. So you come here and you enter any the we were using this one. Let me, okay, so this is giving me P hyphen 0017. Okay, so I have selected it and then now I need to select version key. Okay, so select the version key. Okay, and here I'm selecting simulation star test simulation. Okay, I'll select this one M plus 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 plus. So what you can do, you come here and say M 0000. Let me see what is the open number. It is giving me M0001. So it is giving me with reference to this project. So let's say here I'm saying prototype for construction project. Okay, and this project is going to start from 1st of October 2020 to 31st December 2021. Project profile here. I'll select project profile. This is PS 912. Okay. So I think the profile is there or not. Let me check. Okay, so you can copy it from the existing version, existing standard project also, or operative project also. That is also possible. And these are the objects which you can specifically copy. Okay, and you can create it from here. Once you are clicking here on create, system is asking for the network profile because we have not included it network profile in my configuration. That's why it is asking. So let me select anyone here for time being. It's for time being only. We'll understand it. Okay, so now it will look like this. Here, this is the project ID. This is coming here, the project type description, and you save it directly. I'm saving it. So this is the only project definition you created. If you want, you can open the same project here in the same. You just need to enter the version key and the project definition and click on change project. You can create all these objects here also. Okay, let's say you are just clicking here. Sorry, the project. Oops, sorry, you need to go into CJV2. CJV2. So go to CJV2. Okay, and profile for project planning board does not exist. Yeah, so because we have not selected the planning board profile, that's why it is not giving me provision to open it. Okay, so what we can do, 1 second, let me try to create one more here. I'll create another version. Okay, this is a version 2, and here I'm selecting the planning board profile. Standard one I'm selecting. Okay, I'll keep it as 18, just changing it. Otherwise you can modify it in project builder also directly. Okay, create network profile. Okay, then you want to change the description or anything, you just double click here, it will open here, and you say, let's say prototype for construction project. Say okay and save. So this project you can change here in the same CJV2 transaction also. So you go here into CJV2, you enter it here. Okay, press enter. It will open in this form. Okay, you can create object directly under the same. Let's say if you want to create WBS element, you click here and you can click here on create. So here it will give you the hierarchy. You just selected here, go to WBS element. So this is the way to create, but if it is not in the practice, it is difficult here sometimes. So what you do, you go to CJ20N, because CJ20N is very flexible transaction. Okay, go to CJ20N. Okay, and here in this transaction, go to extra. Sorry, go to settings, go to options, because when you are going to click on open, you will not get the option to enter the simulation. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to go to settings, go to options, and select simulation here in your selection. Okay, now once you are going here in the open, it will give you the option to enter the simulation data. So my project was P-0018, and here in the simulation version key, I'll find relevant version key for this project. So if you have created multiple projects, it will be available here. Okay, so I have selected it, click here. Now you can see here, it is coming, right? So 1 second, let me check one more thing here. One second. Okay. 1 second. So here what we can do, I have this project here. I have just opened it. So this is my simulation project. You can see all the descriptions and everything. It is exactly same as operative project. Okay, everything, all details you can check. Only the difference which you see here, the project builder version M0001 is written here. Otherwise it would written here project P-0018 only. So now how you can create WBS element? You just select the WBS, the project definition, click here and go to WBS element. So once you are selecting, it is giving you the option to create WBS project for construction. Okay, press enter. Similarly, you can create WBS element. Okay, let's say I am creating one more WBS element under that. Okay, so here I'm saying this WBS element is proposal, PROP, proposal activity. One more WBS element under that. Okay, that is a procurement. So likewise, you can create WBS element and you save it. Okay, we will keep these values in default in the profile just after. So this, because it's a mandatory field, that's why system is asking again and again. So all the places we need to define the object class here. It's a saved. Okay. So next step, let's say if you have done some changes and then you want to transfer into another operative project, sorry, another simulation project, simulation to simulation. So this is the transaction which you can use, CJV4. You click here on CJV4, you will see this transaction here. You can transfer a separate WBS element only or entire project definition. And here we are having options to transfer it to version to operative, okay, or operative to version or version to version. Okay, three options we are having. So when we are saying operative to version, or sorry, version to operative, so it means in version we are having, in source always we will have key for this project. Okay, and target we need to enter it here. What will be my target project, target version? Okay, so in operative my target version will not be entered, because in operative we don't have any key. I'll show you here what it means. Let's say when I'm selecting operative data, in operative no need to enter any source, target we need to enter the key. But when I'm saying version to version, source and target, both the places we need to enter the key. Okay, so let's say when I'm saying version to version, so my source key is M0001 and target I'm saying it's M0002, and this activity is manually. We can find out target version key as we are searching the version key in the creation of simulation version. So we have entered project definition, source version we have entered, and target version. You will see one option here, test. You can run the test, you can check whether it is working fine or not. Click here. Oh, 1 second please. Actually in simulation mostly we used to face this issue. Okay, it's very normal issue. Whenever we are pushing the data, this happens in the table. Even in production system also it creates. So no worry about, only in the simulation you will face this issue majorly. Majorly it happens here, because if your database is not synchronized or it is not as per, or some configuration is created wrongly, then it happens. In simulation it's very, just a second. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, CJ20 and okay, let me come out here, go to CJV1. Okay, quickly I'll create here one simulation project. 0001 project definition P-6000. That's okay. Project version is investment project. Any project is created for us. Commercial project. Okay. And planning board, I'll select a standard one. Quickly I'll create it. So I'm just saving it. Simulation in all system I'm facing this issue. 3-4 system I'm having some note has to be applied. Okay, here. So I'll do one changes here. Go to create WBS element, testing for simulation. Okay, and here testing for simulation. And I'll create one more WBS element under that. Procurement, PRO, procurement activities. Save. So we are having project P hyphen. So the transaction to transfer it to CJV4, we were checking it, right? So this is my project definition and I am transferring version to version. Okay. So let me say M0002, this is my key. So from this version to this version for this project, I want to test it first. Test run. Yeah, so here in this system, it's working at least for version to version transfer. You can check the log here if you want to see the dates is not working there, but it's fine. You can transfer the project. And if you want to see project planning board, it will show you the planning board here. So this will be the planning board. This will be the project, how it looks like. You can analyze your project here. And similarly, you can check all the information system, the report here. If you want to continue, you can continue here, click on continue. Then you want to transfer it, you transfer it from here. Go to transfer. Project P-600 does not exist in the version M0002. Do you want to create? Yes, I want to create. So this will take some time because data is going to load. It is going to create automatically in the backend. Yeah, so it is created now. You can see this I'm getting here. GUID was created for project definition this, and this is the WBS element. This is one more WBS element is created, and here project is created in simulation. So one simulation project we were having earlier, and this is the new simulation project. If you want to change anything in this new project simulation version, go to CJ20N. Okay, and you can open this project here in the same way as we have opened earlier. P-6000. Okay, and then here you will see the version key. Now you will see two version key because we have created first manually and second we have created through transfer. Okay, so let me select second one and create some more WBS element here. Let's say under the test for simulation, I'm creating one more WBS element. So this is a sale. Okay, and then save. One WBS element I have added here. So now I'm having two simulation, and if you want to transfer into simulation to operative, okay. So what is the transaction? Transaction is CJV4. You can see it here, CJV4. So we can transfer it again. You go here in the system, go to CJV4, and now we are transferring from version to operative. So in version we will have key, but in